Hello guys and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3. We're currently in another interesting battle with Italy. They're doing a coastal raid here on us. Currently trying to blow up one of our 6-inch batteries. So I'm just hoping it does some damage to them. We have the American Saratoga here. And we have our battle cruisers that are doing their best. It's too bad I never had time to get any 12-inchers installed or anything. I'm gonna be real careful when it comes to these destroyers here. Might just want to turn in a big circle right now. I don't actually know what their goal is, but I know it's probably some kind of target like this. It makes the most sense. So I'm trying my best to defend that stuff. These destroyers of theirs are kind of just surrounded. A 6-inch battery would do quite a number on them. Let's turn you up. We want to avoid being torpedoed ourselves. Naturally. Saratoga, just go that way. You guys go that way as well. Squad max is still the same. Squad max is the same. We have this Saratoga, go to cruise speed. You've taken on so much damage still. And your damage control is not as good as ours. Our destroyers are now kind of guarding the battery. Oh man. We're getting shot at, and we are shooting at, over here, the enemy Pompeo, whatever the fuck. We'll turn this way. They didn't bring enough stuff here to necessarily outdo us in the battlecruiser fight. And so, they're not really able to go for our batteries as a result. We've already torpedoed one of their ships. And currently, that other destroyer seems like it's on fire. It's either making smoke or it's on fire. Regardless, there's no more ships inside of each other. I had to dock. The Saratoga took too much damage. We didn't sink anything other than a destroyer. They sank some sort of merchant ship. They came out with more points than we did this time. Apparently, we also sank a submarine at some point. It was always too rainy or too dark for anything to really happen. So enemy marginal victory there. Unfortunate that this is happening, like with Russia here. America's trying to sell us tech. Sure, that's a fair enough price. I don't really have a lot of money right now, but that's a fair enough price. With our fleet firmly in control of the waters of the Med, our troops have invaded Rhodes. That's nice. Enemy sub has sunk our corvette. Our corvette has been sunk by a mine. An enemy destroyer has hit a mine and was sunk. 270 VPs for blockade. The VP situation between us and them is really not as good as it used to be now that Russia entered the war. And by the way, France still hasn't. The Russian force is moving through Northern Europe, I see. If they arrive here, it's going to be pretty brutal. And you know they're coming here. But we are invading Rhodes. We've already taken Albania. And at this point, we're just going turn to turn, just through the weirdest of circumstances, honestly. We've been losing minesweepers and defensive corvettes all over the place, so I feel almost obliged to make more, but we really don't have the income to put anything else at all. So I guess there really is no more invasions we can plan. Yeah, we don't have the range. Oh, we could almost reach into the Baltics. Hilarious, by the way. We're not going to be doing anything like that, though. There's a cruiser battle in support of land combat. Italy declined. There's a convoy attack. Italy declined. Yes, feed me VPs. I could really use them. Army wants more resources to prepare an offensive to break through the front. So this is like giving up resources to potentially get more VPs. I'll go for that. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll take whatever other VPs I can. 18-inch guns, -1 research. Heavy fighting in roads. Enemy fortifications holding up our advance. A Russian destroyer sank our submarine, so the Russians are here. Italian corvette hit a mine and was sunk. Enemy submarine sank and torpedoed our ship, Coal Lighter number 16. What? I don't know what ship that is. They're sinking some stuff, but we still have them blockaded. The Russians are clearly here at this point. Not with a lot, though. They don't have a lot, and the French still haven't joined the war, which is absolutely infuriating. They could have stopped the Russians from getting here at all. The Russians actually decided to go to South Africa instead of sending everything to the Med. Interesting choice. A choice that is good for me. Our monthly balance is in the shitter. What if we turn off 5 of these subs? We got to do more. 8. Okay, that's okay. It's not perfect. We'll turn off 1 more. Just to keep a slight positive monthly balance. And then into the next one. Fleet battle in support of land combat. And it looks like they're actually going to fight this one. Oh, what do we have? Our battleships are getting back up there. No force change. Our pre-dreads are all still alive. We have 2 groups of destroyers. No foreign forces will be involved in this. 7 destroyers cannot take part in the battle. Do we even have any destroyers then? Barely any. This is not very good. We don't have any objectives here. It's still not very good. So we have spotted an unidentified ship. Way out there. Don't know what the fuck it is, but it's turning away from us. Our max speeds are only 19, but I think it's time to kick up to max speed. These pre-dreads are having probably engine problems because they can't go quite as fast. It feels like whatever this is, it's running away from us. You guys, everybody turn directly up north. Pre-dreads don't have the range, really. That's a lot of their battleships. And it seems like they have a lot of destroyers as well. We really, really want to be cautious here. Just due to the state of things. Okay, it's only like 2 battleships. This is the real problem. This is the real problem. We have, like, no way to deal with this. Now, clearly, they are torping us. Is that obvious? I think that's pretty obvious. So let's turn away with everything. Turn together as well. And then get back in your line. We don't have the screens to deal with that, unfortunately. So I'm not quite sure what to do here. So unfortunately, we didn't find them again. But we did deal more damage than they dealt. So it technically counts as a victory for us, marginally. The blockade is worth more. Russian ship light cruiser forced to seek internment in a neutral port in West Africa due to mechanical problems. That's nice. AP shells, research going. Aircraft carrier conversion. Enable conversion to full-size aircraft carriers. I honestly thought we had that capability already, but okay. New fighter prototypes are ready for evaluation. Anything good? Faster? This one is better range right here. Okay. Its toughness sucks, though. But it's more mobile. Both of them have better toughness. For one of these, I have to give up some range to get it, though. That is a kind of brutal thing to give up that much toughness for the same firepower, just a little better range and some more maneuverability. That is pretty rough. I think I'll keep these for one more bout. A destroyer of ours sank an enemy submarine. Enemy submarine sank our corvette. 260 VPs for blockade. Enemies getting VPs from trade warfare. USA joins the war against Russia. Oh, they weren't at war with Russia. I did not realize that. America or France still hasn't joined fucking anything. Let's just request more fighter prototypes. Apparently there's medium bombers now as well. Not sure what the fuck we'd need that for, but we could research something like that. What would a medium bomber really be good for? I guess just like bomb load, right? And toughness to survive. That's my thought. So let's get some kind of medium bomber figured out. That could be handy. No Russians are showing up in the Mediterranean in any big number yet. It's just 1 destroyer, 3 subs. There's still a ton of Americans here. Maybe more have shown up. I don't know what the Russians are doing, but they might get more and more internment problems because they're not coming to the fight. And also, I don't know what the fucking French are doing because they're not fucking helping me. Let's resume construction of 1 of the subs. 2 of the subs? Maybe? Yeah, that's 3 of the subs even. These subs are going to take forever to build. We still don't have enough ships on trade. We keep losing corvettes. We're actually burning through corvettes. So I keep having to shift more and more of these destroyers onto trade protection, which they're not really designed for. Me and Italy, after this war, we're just so fucked. We're just so fucked. Now there's a cruiser action in support of land combat around roads. They've accepted that, but I don't see how this is going to go any better. Our battle cruisers are here. We don't have any more to add. Because the other one's in a... Is this even a scout force? What? Why is this split up? This isn't even a scout force. Just like merge these together. What are you doing? But we have some light cruisers here as well. Destroyers for everybody. No Americans are here. Okay, I guess we'll see what happens. 11 destroyers unable to take part in the battle. We keep getting fucked over here because of distances. This is partly up to how I design my destroyers. This is why I want all these colonies. The short-range doctrine will work even better if we have bases fucking everywhere. We can already see some enemies in front of one of our battle cruisers. I'm gonna kind of pull it in here until the other ones catch up. But we will want to make sure... Oh, I thought I gave the speed orders to the wrong ones. They're already shooting at us because their range is better than ours. Kind of catch up here. Let's turn away. Here's a problem though. Yeah, these are 11 inchers, so their range is better than us in every regard. I think I just need to like max speed it and hightail, you know? We don't have the range to be doing this. What is all this? Are there support forces? There are. A battle division, destroyer, light cruiser. Okay. You know what? That might be good. Let's go find these destroyer support forces, light cruisers and the like. Let's go find them and see if we can't lure the enemies towards us. Unfortunately, we did not find them even after linking up with the support forces. Okay, so they were all here. Near us, but not on this side. That makes sense. They get a little bit of VPs. We didn't land a single hit, so it was a marginal victory for them. Made another airship base in Albania. I do intend to have an air base there eventually, but I can hardly afford that right now. Fleet Tactics Carrier Force. They will operate in a separate force. That's nice. Improved model of naval patrol aircraft is done. That was just for free. What does it do better? It has better toughness and a better heavy bomb load. I'll take that. Sounds good to me. And we took roads. Light Cruiser Seda hit a mine and is damaged. It'll be in dockyard. Enemy seaplane carrier hit a mine and is sunk. Corvette sank enemy submarine in the Mediterranean. Indecisive engagement between Russia and America in the Med. 280 VPs for blockade. Okay. Some good, like, randomized rolls there. Well, I have nothing else to invade at this point. The war could end right now. Except we don't have that gigantic VP lead we had before. But we have had some success. The Russians still haven't really entered, but I feel like more and more Americans are trickling in. But the Russians have not really wandered in as much. We're getting negative in monthly balance again, probably just due to paying for repairs. The Russians themselves are now over here in the Indian Ocean? I don't know why. Maybe they're worried about the Americans over there. And the French have not entered the war. 11 months in. I think they're leaving us high and dry. Those fucking Frenchies. Let me expand the airship base that we just built. Because it's going to be there for a while. We got a cruiser action off the coast of Albania. Albania declined. Same thing, cruiser action off Albania. And this time they just magically didn't decline. We have some light cruisers we can add, but we don't have anything else. 3 light cruisers. And then we have a full thing of destroyers. And then the Americans are here with some light cruisers and destroyers. Alright. I wonder how this will go. Okay, we found some enemies. Let's do max -2. And max -2. Those are similar speeds. How are these American light cruisers? These are from 1915. They only have 3 6-inch guns? What? These are mine carriers. That's not good. Well, the first one is. No, that's a destroyer. You had more cruisers here, right? Yeah. These are mine carriers, bro. These are anti-air and mine carriers. That's not good. Okay, you're going to be kind of useless. Just go in a core behind the other one. America, you're not sending your best. To quote a future president, you're not sending your best. Okay, this is clearly some kind of flotilla attack. So let's give them an order to... Oh, no, wait. They can't decide if they want to come fight me or not. We're pretty nearby now, Albania, which is friendly. We only have airships there, but airships are semi-capable, and it's about to be nighttime, which is not good. Let's turn up, and we are going to try to do this around the safety of our port. They're in destroyers, so we've gotten some shots out. They definitely haven't gotten any out yet. It's nighttime and the MTBs are out. I don't know where they're going to try to escape to, but I'm trying to cut them off over here if that is at all possible. We have a support force and they aren't engaging anything by report, so enemies are not up there. And so I'm just going to do a little patrol down here and see if we find them ever. We didn't find them again, and our light cruiser was torpedoed on the way out. So that means they pretty much win that engagement. Bad luck for us. Blockades causing food shortages and something in Italy. Army offensive was a success. We gained 1500 VP. That's great. That's really good. Above water torpedo 2s on all ships. Nice. That's awesome. 240 VPs. They're getting a lot of VPs from trade warfare. There's not like my fleet is fucked, dude. My fleet is so fucked up right now. The Russians thankfully still haven't entered here. The Americans don't feel like they're here in as much force. No Frenchies to help us still. The Russians are just running east, which thankfully that is not my battleground. I don't know why they're just so... I guess they're going after the Americans in like the Philippines and whatnot. I really think they're just heading to their own coast. It looks like some Americans were following them, and that's why some disappeared from around here. And we're getting a little bit more money going. Maybe enough to resume construction of all subs? Yes. All right, cool, because we got to get those pumped out. At this point, anything else can just be pumped out after. No more Cisco's submarines. Those are kind of not that worthwhile right now. I'm going to increase intel on Russia. But so long as they're a threat, you know, so long as they're allied, there's some kind of a threat. Apparently, they're behind Italy in tech, which is hysterical. Honestly, no, just do low on them, because we're not actually fighting them, so they're not that insane of a threat. A pre-dread, let's give it just an average commander. How are our submarines? We've had 3 of them sunk only. I feel like we've sunk way more. Our corvettes, though, are getting fucked up. The blockade is fucking with them a lot. There's anti-war demonstrations and strikes. If we can get lucky enough that they succumb to unrest, then that would be great. MTB squadrons are finishing in Albania. 6-inch coastal guns are all finishing in Albania. Yay. Russian light cruiser is seeking internment due to mechanical problems. We can potentially stage a revolution in Italy. They could be dangerous to us. We could gain prestige. We could give them safe passage. We don't have a lot of unrest. I don't really know the effects of this. I think I'll give him safe passage. Yeah, I think I'll give him safe passage. Italy's already having problems with unrest, and we have no problems with unrest. So, yeah, fuck it. Studies of the enemies helping our tech. Enemy submarine torpedoed and sank one of our destroyers. American-Italian navies fought. The Italian destroyer was sunk. That's good. Anything of theirs that sinks is just great at this point. What do they even have? Our fleet sizes are dwindling. They have 3 battlecruisers, 5 battleships. They're building 2 battleships. They're out of all of everything else. So they have 6 light cruisers, actually. 39 destroyers. So they have a sizable fleet enough. There's some AMCs. Way more corvettes than we have. They're making more. Yeah, they have way more planes than we have, which is a big thing, but there's not much I can do about that. Monthly balance is getting more positive. Maybe we can afford to pump out 1 more of those destroyers, because we've only lost 1 since, so that wouldn't be too bad. But we're losing minesweepers and ASW out the ass, so we really need more of those. That battleship I designed, unfortunately, just has to wait. So 5 more Irenes. Let's toss that onto the pile. I'm making 10 of them. Some of them will be done soon. We very much need those. Very, very, very much. And more minesweepers at this point, too. The battleships, I guess I'll save until, like, the war is done. At this rate, there's not a lot more to build up. I can't afford to build much more up. Oh, there is actually the situation of the coast in Rhodes. Didn't even look in Rhodes. I don't think it has anything. Yeah, no. We can go ahead and change that, though. Let's start just with some... This is a cheap thing we could get there immediately. It's just some MTB squadrons to just defend it and the vicinity. We could do an airship base in Rhodes proper. Okay, and an airship base in Rhodes, in Lindos. And that's enough for now. Let's go ahead and end turn. An Austrian ship intercepts Italian running the blockade. All right. Hopefully we can get that to intern itself. Okay, we found the enemy. He's down here. Let's try to just zoom it up to max and see if we can catch up to him. Okay, we're gonna intersect him. They don't have heavy cruisers, so don't tell me it's a fucking heavy cruiser. I already know for a fact that they literally don't own any heavy cruisers. Unfortunately, this Italian class goes as fast as we do, so catching up to it is not going to be an easy task. We're probably just going to run alongside it for a while, and then eventually, what's probably going to happen is, hopefully, it will just get interned. Yeah, we couldn't catch him. Couldn't even get a single hit off. Oh, he was so close to us, we just didn't know. That's sad. Battle was a draw. 2 corvettes are commissioned into the Navy. We've gotten performance data about one of their float planes. That doesn't really help me. As well as a Russian fighter. That definitely doesn't help me. A corvette sank an enemy submarine. 2 60 VPs from blockade. Nice, nice. Okay. What 2 things joined is 2 more minesweepers have joined the party. Okay. That's pretty good. And now we can go ahead and say build some 6-inchers in roads to get it defended. 5 6-inchers. Yeah, we can like kind of sort of afford that. Not entirely, but I mean, this is cool. We have much more capability. If we had Greece as well, this would really extend what we could hold here. One day we might end up fighting France over like Corsica and whatnot. I'm not sure. But hopefully we're expanding our fleet capabilities here. Down here would be great as well. Nothing else to really build up then. Nothing to change what it's doing. Just pass the turn. Italian raider. We just keep getting raiding, like running blockade, because I feel like they don't really have the ships to get into real fights at this point. And here is what we found. It's in front of us, unfortunately. It's a light cruiser. Okay, we're actually in shooting range, which is a little crazy. Jesus fucking... what? It's actually fighting us. But we know our armament's superior. They have 5 5-inch guns. We have 10 6-inch guns and 10 3-inchers. This is not a good idea of them to do at all. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. I think we might really fuck this one up here. Yeah, oh my god, it's like dead in the water already. Oh my god, we actually caught one. That's not a great angle for a torpedo, but I understand your insistence. It seems dead in the water already. It can still launch torpedoes. We got to keep moving carefully. And it sank. Oh my god, we actually sank a light cruiser during one of these situations. 1 prestige, 1,000 VPs. Okay, I'll take it. Widespread demonstration, serious disturbances reported in Italy. That's really good. BC Tyrol condenser trouble. That is normal. That's like par for the Corps. The Heimberg was commissioned. 5 destroyers are commissioned. Thank God. Negotiate a peace without border change. You're insane. No, dude, you're insane. We're winning. Derailed by Hawk Party. Good. Airships more reliable. Helium production large scale. That's good. All right. I don't know what just got sunk. I didn't read it, but a submarine got sunk. I don't think it was ours. A large liner is sunk by Russian submarine with heavy loss of life. Neutral nations are upset. Oh, they're doing unrestricted warfare. Support for our cause has grown amongst the neutrals. They're doing unrestricted trade warfare. That explains a lot. Patrol aircraft sank an enemy submarine. In West Africa, Russia and America fought. American destroyers, 3 of them sank. Well, that's not good for America, but it doesn't really give the enemy's VP. So basically, it's making everybody like me more. And it probably makes everyone dislike Russia more. But that's good. Look at the tensions right now. It's definitely in my favor. That Heimberg destroyer that finished is a minesweeper. Nothing to do there. We're waiting to be able to build more ships, so we're just going to save up some money for right now. So no new building to do. Let's just proceed. A battleship engagement on the Italian East Coast. Oh my. I'm amazed they're agreeing to this. But battleships is one of the only things they have, I suppose. We have a battlecruiser support force, backed up by a single light cruiser and a bunch of destroyers. There's a U.S. battle division here, backing us up with some battleships. Fair, okay. I can add one more ship, but I don't think I have anything else to really add. We don't have a lot of ships. I'd rather just get the communications to not be shit. So it's the middle of the night, and we have already run into a bunch of them. I didn't really get a chance to do fucking anything. You guys just need to turn away, turn together out of this mess. You guys max speed. You guys max speed. You're probably going to lose sight, and I'm going to lose control of you at some point. The Arizonas I've already lost control of. These are amazing battleships, though. Let's put them on core to probably my main battleships. Ignore this. And then let's just instinctively put you on a core to the American battleships. Let's turn south. And our battlecruiser was hit by a torpedo. We had no chance to stop that from happening. We had zero chance to stop that from happening. Enemy destroyers hit by a torpedo. That doesn't amount to as much. Battlecruiser hit by a torpedo. Again, we had just zero chance to stop this from happening. This happened literally where we started. Some of our destroyers started way up where the enemies are, unfortunately. Oh boy, you guys just slow down and just like head up towards the nearest port, I guess. You guys started in a terrible location. You never stood a fucking chance. It's the middle of the fucking night, man. It's 2 in the morning, I guess. Enemy destroyers hit by torpedo. These destroyers over here are all completely fucked. There's pretty much nothing they can do. But we gotta get in and try to... What the fuck? Oh, that's a destroyer that is sinking. Hopefully it doesn't torp us again. Our destroyers are thankfully in front of us. That's very thankful what's happening here. We found their main ships. One of our destroyers is sinking. We gotta torp away, and unfortunately it's gonna miss. Oh, what? Enemy battlecruiser somewhere else was hit by a torpedo. 3 fucking times. And another... It's over here. It's all these destroyers that are sinking. They got 3 torps onto that right there, that battlecruiser. Another destroyer sinking. Yeah, this is crazy. A destroyer. One of our destroyers hit by a torpedo. Another destroyer sinking. Yeah, this is scary. This is very scary. And especially with such little control over everything that I have. There's some ship right there that's not moving very well. It's an insane battle from the get-go. Our destroyers did a lot of damage. Monarch is avoiding, but hit a torpedo. We need to start just shifting away at this point. This is a pre-dread with no torpedo defense, dude. We need to just start heading east at this point. There's some unidentified ship here. I think it's a big boy. Get back in a closer, tighter formation. Keep that flotilla attack on, but... Oh, man. Oh, just barely missing enemies with torps there. With all the torpedoes we got in them, I think we're gonna sink enough to make it worth it. We are losing a lot of destroyers, though. I think at this point, we just need to start heading back towards base. We don't want to keep engaging in nighttime. A lot of my light cruisers are out here on their own. They're way too far away to really be controlled. They were also kind of going for these still. These battle cruisers who got kind of fucked up. Destroyer magnet hit by a torpedo. Enemy ship unsighted hit by a torpedo. I hope it was a big one. We see enemy destroyer here. That might have gotten hit by a torpedo. Holy shit, man. This is insane. Destroyer sinking. We're losing a lot of destroyers. We're losing a lot of destroyers. And we have light cruisers in the danger zone. But our line of sight's too bad. We can't take direct control of them. There's so many night fights during this. Let's head back up towards the port. Destroyer sinking. Yeah, that seems to be the regular. Okay, I got everyone back to port. And we lost 9 destroyers. We destroyed 5 and we sank a battlecruiser. That battlecruiser is what made this a winning battle. But 9 destroyers is a lot. Major victory. We gained 2 prestige. This was quite a battle. Revolutionary ideas from Italy are infecting our workers and soldiers, understandably. But we have 0 unrest and they've been having problems forever. We just got 4 more corvettes and a destroyer commissioned. That's good. Oh man, this war is insane. Negotiated peace, gaining disputed border areas. Press for hard terms, but yes. Peace concluded. Large territory. Considerable war reparations. We have value of 6. And we can claim Eritrea, but I don't want it. So just, okay. Get an increase to my economy. And the war with Italy's over. There's medium bombers we can pick. Let's see, max speed. The main thing I care about, these are all the same. So it's just the bomb load, also all the same. So we just have speed, range to look at, really. The Phoenix here is the most speed and range. It has the most speed. It doesn't have the most range. This one's slower, but has slightly more range. I'm going to go with that for a medium bomber. Every other value is completely identical. So, there you go. That's ours. Wow. Okay, so the war's over. And we took over Rhodes. We took over Albania from them, and we turned everything else into just pure money. They have a fleet tonnage of... They're weaker than Spain now. Spain might fight them and win at this point. Our tonnage isn't doing too hot either, but we're going to have some time ideally to recover pretty soon. For base resources, we now make more money than them after the war reparations, and also from possessions, we make more money from them after what we took. All they have is Sicily, and again, I can't really take that in a war peace thing, unfortunately. I've taken everything from them I can in the Mediterranean currently, unless they take more later. And war reparations have put us in a position where we do make definitively more money than them. It took till 1924, 24 years, but we finally turned things around against Italy. Financially, by a tiny amount. They're probably going to catch up. Both of our fleets are in absolute shambles. We have the same amount of battleships, but they're making 2 more. Their tonnage is way higher. We have 1 more battlecruiser than them, with the tonnage only slightly higher. We don't have any carriers. They don't have any. We still have 5 pre-dreads, but we're hopefully going to get rid of those now that the war is over. Make those battleships I designed as soon as possible. Light cruisers, we have 8. They have 5. Our tonnage is way higher there. Destroyers, we're going to end up with 51 after the ones we built, and they're going to end up with 35 after the ones they're building. Corvettes, they had a lot that were temporary, so they all got decommissioned. Submarines, they have like twice out. No, they have way more. They're building 49. They were building 49. That's a lot of submarines. Wow. I think, but we generally came out of that pretty well. We took over several possessions. We got a lot of war reparations. And even though our fleet is in fucking shambles, we have a decent base now to build up. However, that's the end of this war. And we're out of time for this episode. So let me know what you guys thought of that. It was very bloody, but it was the most beneficial thing for us in a long time, I feel. Damn. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.